Hello viewers, coming up in this episode of Ace Planespotting we have a brand new Tui 737 MAX 8 being delivered from Boeing. We've got a KLM 737-900 base variant and there's less than 50 of them remaining in service worldwide. We've got a Kuwait Airways A330-900 Neo, a Saudi 787-10 Dreamliner in retro livery, an Etihad 787-9 Dreamliner in Formula 1 livery, plus A380 Super Jumbos, Dreamliners, 777s, A350s and A330s, and loads of regional planes. So grab yourself a drink, sit back and relax, because this is going to be a very good video. Right, so the KLM 737-900 is on its final approach. It will be here in just a few moments. In fact, it has just come into view. It's just over Heald Green. And like I say, these are quite a rare aircraft these days, the original ones. And as far as I know, there's less than 50 of these in operation worldwide. I've not seen a 737-900 for quite a long time, so it's nice to see another one. Right, this plane, which is now almost on the runway, just doing the last bit of its taxi. It's a Jet 2 737-800 going to Grenoble. Registration is GDRTA and it is a 21-year-old aircraft. You can also see a Dreamliner coming out from the terminals. That should be with us in a minute or so. Okay, whilst we wait for this to arrive at the runway, I just want to give a massive shout out to Caitlin. So Caitlin is in hospital. I won't go into the details, but she's in hospital with quite a serious condition. So I just want to wish her well, wish her a very speedy recovery. And if anybody would like to leave a comment and also wish her well, I'm sure she'd appreciate that. Oh, that bird needs to get out of the way. Right, so just to the left you can see the Dreamliner. So the Dreamliner is a 7879 Boeing Dreamliner, registration A7BHA. It's going to Doha and it's a 6-year-old aircraft. So I don't know if any of you have been following aviation news. Just in the last week or so, Ryanair have given a further update about the closure of the Manchester hub for transatlantic flights. So from I think it was the 23rd of February, they'll be ceasing doing the Manchester to New York routes. And a month later, they'll cease all transatlantic flights from Manchester, which is a massive shame because I really like seeing their wide body aircraft here, just like the one in the background there, the A330s. But it is what it is, and it will be interesting to see which airline fills the gap. Will it be Virgin? Or will we see another aircraft airline coming to Manchester? Maybe an American airline? We'll see. Realised I need to adjust my volume control on the microphones. I have to adjust my microphone levels whenever the aircraft are on different runways. And the other day it was all happening on the runway furthest away, so I increased the volume and I forgot to turn it back down again. Right, so here we are then with the Qatar Airways 7879 Dreamliner going to Doha. Right, just coming into view then, we've got an EasyJet Airbus A320neo going to Bilbao. Registration is GUZLS, and this particular aircraft is 2 years old. Okay, on the runway we've got a TUI Boeing 737 MAX 8. This one's going to Salzburg. Registration is GTUMZ, and it first flew in 2024. Okay, next up another TUI 737 MAX 8 going to Espargos. Registration is GTUML, and this one first flew in 2021. That one took up quite a bit of runway. They don't usually take up that much, but that one did. Right, next up we've got a Ryanair. So this Ryanair is going to Krakow. It's a Boeing 737 MAX 8-200. Okay, next up then we have got a TUI. It's not a TUI, sorry, my mistake. In fact, okay, this is a Gamma Aviation Beach King Air B200 going to Glasgow. Registration is GPCOP. And this one first flew in 2004. Right, so we've got two planes here. The one on the left is an Aer Lingus Airbus A320-200 going to Dublin. The one on the right is a Ryanair 737-800 going to Alicante, and it looks like the Aer Lingus is going first. Registration is EIDEI. This particular aircraft first flew in 2005. Okay, so this Ryanair is going to Alicante 737-800, registration EMM. First flew in 2010. Okay, we've got a small plane heading for the runway. It's a Stella 212 is the operator. It's a Pilatus PC-12 NGX aircraft going to Dublin. Registration is EJVAIS and it's 4 years old. Right, it's the plane coming into land now is a Singapore Airlines Airbus A350-1000. It's the smaller of the A350s. It's coming in from Singapore. Registration 9VSMI. And this particular aircraft is 9 years old. Now, how do you tell them apart? How do you tell the A350-900s apart from the A350-1000s? So the quickest and easiest way that you can tell is just to look at the rear wheels. On the 900s, you've got 2 sets of 4 wheels. Can't see them too well here, but on the 1000s, you've got 2 sets of 6. So the plane just taken off then is going to Rome. It's a 737 MAX 8-200. The difference between the MAX 8 and the MAX 8-200 is the seating plan. On the MAX 8-200s, the seating is more condensed. You fit more bums on seats. Right, just coming into land is an ATR 72-600. Arriving from Guernsey, it's an Aurigny Airlines. I've got a couple of planes heading for the runway. We've got British Airways Airbus A320-200 going to London Heathrow. Registration GEUA, which is a 24-year-old aircraft. Behind it is a Ryanair going to Marrakesh, and it's a 737-800, registration GRUKA, and it's an 11-year-old aircraft. Just behind us, a Ryanair arriving from Cork, a 737 MAX 8-200. And we have got a 777 heading out. First 777 of the day. That'll be with us within the next few minutes. Got a Dreamliner heading out as well. Or it might just be a repositioning, I'm not sure yet. Oops. Got the tripod jammed then. Right, so this Ryanair is a 737-800 going to Marrakesh. Registration GRUKA. This one first flew in 2014. Right, just coming into view then is the Etihad Boeing 777. It's a 777-300 going to Abu Dhabi. Registration is A6ETJ and it first flew in 2012. Love the noise the 777s make. Love the big obnoxious roar as they take off. Okay, so making its way to the runway, we've got a Jet 2 Boeing 737-800 going to Lanzarote. I like Lanzarote. Never been there, but its airport has got a great abbreviation. Its abbreviation is ACE. Might have to go plane spotting there sometime. Anyway, this one, the registration is GJZDE, and it's a 10-year-old aircraft. The TUI that we're waiting for, the brand new TUI that's being delivered from Boeing, is currently over the Lake District. So that should be here within the next 15 minutes or so. Just in the background is a Ryanair arriving from Milan, Boeing 737-800. Right, just arrived at the runway just a few moments ago is this British Airways Airbus A320-200 going to London Heathrow. Registration is GTTOB and this one first flew in 2001. It's very possible that the EasyJet just to the side of it is going to go first. The EasyJet is going to Ravenna. It's an Airbus A320-200. Registration is GEZTY and it first flew in 2010. I guess we'll find out in a few seconds which is going to go first. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the EasyJet. Right, so it looks like we've got an aborted takeoff. Don't know why it's done that. Problems on the British Airways jet. So it's just pulling off the runway. We'll see how that one develops, see what happens. Okay, well just behind it we've got a Virgin Atlantic Airbus A330-300 which is going to Bridgetown. Registration is VGEM. This one first flew in 2011. Okay, so then let's have a look. The British Airways plane that aborted the takeoff, it looks like it's returning back to the terminal area. I don't have my radio anymore, so I can't listen in. Right, in just a moment we're going to have the landing of the Boeing 737 MAX 8 TUI, which is arriving from Boeing's facility in Seattle. It's just been manufactured, it's done its tests, and it's now on its way. So it should come into view if I point the camera this direction. It will come into view in just a minute or so. So the registration for this brand new plane is GTUPE. Like I say, it's a 737 MAX 8, and it is brand new. So it's quite rare to get a brand new plane coming here to Manchester. I thought I would definitely have to come out and see this. Oops, let's get the focus back on. Focus, please. And off it goes to the terminal, so that will be taking off later in the video. Get a good shot of it taking off, departing. And it's going down to Gatwick Airport near London. Everyone's favourite plane, this one, I think. So this one is going to Dubai, registration A6EOY. It's a 10-year-old aircraft. So let me know in the comments if you have ever flown on an A380. What was your experience? Which airline was it? And where did you fly from and to? So I want to give a shout out to the two chaps who came all the way from Newcastle to come do some plane spotting here at Manchester. Came all the way here to see the A380 up close. And Manchester is definitely a place where you can do that. Boeing 737-900 we saw earlier in the video. There's about 50 of these left, maybe less, in the world. These are not the extended range, these are just the standard basic variant, the base variant. So quite a rare aircraft these days. And this time it's going to Amsterdam. Okay, so the A380 is on the runway, ready to depart. Got the Swiss Airbus A320 200 going to Zurich. Registration HBIJR. This particular aircraft first flew in 1997. Okay, so then we've got a few planes now at the runway. We've got this TUI that's going to Chambéry, which is still sat there. We've got this Jet 2 going to Paphos. First of all, we've got this other Jet 2 which is going to Verona, 737-800. Registration is GDRTT. He's 18 years old. Right, we just have this, where's it gone? Just had a go around. Okay, we've got a Dreamliner which is going to Belfast, Boeing 7878 Dreamliner, the smaller of the three variants. Registration GTUII. And this one is 10 years old. Just landing. This is the Turkish Airlines that did a go around a few minutes ago. Looks like it's stuck it this time. It's Turkish Airlines Airbus A321neo, which is arriving from Istanbul. So I'm guessing there was a bit of a crosswind when it came down first time round, but all's good on this attempt. Safety first. Okay, straight round back to the start of the runway though. We've got the Dreamliner. This is a TUI Dreamliner 7879. Dreamliner going to Bridgetown. Registration is GTUIO, and this one first flew in 2019. Okay, this plane has just fired up its engines, so I'm guessing it's going to be taking off within the coming minutes. So a quick refresher, this is the TUI 737-800 going to Chambéry. Registration is GFDZZ. And first flew in 2011. It has been sat on the tarmac here since about 7 o'clock this morning. It's now 11 minutes past 10. So I can only imagine the passengers on board are going to be glad about that. Anyway, before that one, we've got the British Airways Airbus A320-200 going to London Heathrow. Registration is GEUYI. This one's 15 years old. Okay, we've got movement. It's making its way onto the runway now. A Kuwait Airways Airbus A330-900 Neo, registration 9K APN, arriving from Kuwait City. This particular aircraft is 2 months old. It's got a bit of a wobble on. What we're looking at here is the airport, the runway viewing park. It's a great place to visit. We've got picnic benches there and kids play park and a cafe, toilets. What we're looking at there is you're looking at the Avro RJX just behind the trees in that tent thing. The Avro RJX was the last commercial airliner that was fully built here in the UK. It's on display there, you can go visit it. As we move across, that's the kids play area. The hangar that you can see has got a Concorde inside it, so if you've never seen a Concorde before or you just like to go and visit one, that's the place to visit. Got the visitor centre shop. The cabin there, you get people in there during the weekends usually, giving a running commentary on the aircraft that are coming and going from Manchester. Move across, you've got a DC-10 Monarch cockpit, which is used for like conferences and things. You've got a raised area, you can see over the fence. Watch all the aircraft coming and going. And then just behind the building, you can see the front of a Trident, Hawker Siddeley Trident, and also you can see the tail of a Nimrod. It's a great place to visit, well worth it, highly recommend it. If you're ever in the area, looking for something to do, spending a few hours there is always good. I've just noticed there is a car. Wasn't sure what they were doing then. They were just checking something on the tower. Okay, here comes the first of the A350s. Alright, so this A350 is a Singapore Airlines A350-900 going to Singapore. Registration is 9VSMI, and this one first flew in 2016. Just going past now is a Pegasus Airbus A320 from Istanbul. Arrived just a few moments ago. Right, we have also got an A350-1000 heading out as well. So the one we're looking at now is a 900. We've got a Cathay Pacific A350-900, and we've got a Virgin Atlantic A350-1000. So like I mentioned earlier, if you take a look at the rear wheels, the 900s have got 2 sets of 4, and the 1000s have got 2 sets of 6 wheels. Right, just coming into view then is a Cathay Pacific Airbus A350-900 going to Hong Kong. Registration is BLRG. This one first flew in 2016. A couple of videos ago I did film a A350 Cathay Pacific with its brand new livery, the Lassie Sandwich livery. It's well worth a look. If you haven't seen it, have a look through my videos, and I have put it as the thumbnail for the video so you'll be able to spot it easily. So if you haven't watched that one, do go have a look. Well, a Dreamliner has just popped up on my screen as well, so it's very possible we might get to see that very shortly. Coming into land is a TAP Express Air Portugalia Embraer E190LR from Lisbon. So you'll see that one. In fact, there it is. Okay, and then on to the Virgin Atlantic Airbus A350-1000, the larger of the A350s. This one's going to Orlando. Registration is GVRNB. This one's 5 years old. So we're going to just look at the back wheels, 2 sets of 6. Easy way to tell them apart. Right, just coming into view now then, we've got a Iceland Air Boeing 737 MAX 8. Registration is TFICV and it's coming in from Reykjavik. This one first flew in March 2024. So the Dreamliner I was talking about a little while ago has been significantly delayed. I'll have some focus please, camera. So we won't be seeing the Dreamliner for a little while yet. But we have got the Boeing 737 MAX 8 TUI, which will be making its first passenger flight very shortly. Just coming into view now, we've got a Super Jumbo Airbus A380 from Dubai. It's Emirates registration A6EUG, and this one is a 9-year-old aircraft. You can see there's a bit of a crosswind affecting the aircraft down the other end of the runway. So it's not every day that you get to see the very first passenger flight of an airliner, but there we go. We've seen one now. Right, this plane just coming into view is the 787-10 Dreamliner. It's a Saudia from Jeddah, and it has got the retro livery on it. Right, this plane is a Indigo Norse 7879 Dreamliner from Delhi. Okay, this red tail that you can see is heading onto the runway, making its final turn. It's a Hainan Airlines Airbus A330-300 going to Beijing. Focus. Registration is B1020, which first flew in 2017. Just coming into land, now we've got a Airbus A350-1000 Qatar Airways from Doha, registration A7AOA. This one is 4 years old. Right, so this next plane is Pegasus Airbus A320 going to Istanbul. plane that's coming in just behind the branches is an ITA Airways Airbus A320, which is arriving from Milan. Bit of crosswind there as it comes into land. Right, the next plane is a Iceland Air Boeing 737 MAX 8 going to Reykjavik. Just coming into view, we've got a Dreamliner. It's a TUI 7878 Dreamliner from Belfast, registration GTUIA. And this one is a 12-year-old aircraft. Its Blink GTUID was recently scrapped. So it'll be interesting to see what the fate of this one will be. Right, this plane that's on the runway is the Kuwait Airways Airbus A330-900 Neo, which is going to Kuwait City. Okay, and here is the Etihad Airways Formula One livery Dreamliner, 7879 Dreamliner. I would like to give a shout out to Elfin. sure we'll like this aircraft. Right, this next plane is a Norse Dreamliner, 7879 Dreamliner going to Bridgetown. Right, this plane is an Egyptair Airbus A321neo arriving from Cairo. Okay, just coming into view now is a Boeing 7879 Dreamliner. It's Gulf Air, arriving from Bahrain. Coming into land next is a Royal Jordanian Airbus A320neo, registration JYRAB, and this one first flew in December 2024. The next one coming into land is a Malta Air Boeing 737 MAX 8-200 from Plovdiv. Right, this plane taking off is the ITA Airways Airbus A320 going to Milan. Right, well here comes the A380 of the day. Heading out towards the runway. This is going to be the final aircraft on the video for today. It's getting pretty cold out here and there's a great big cloud heading this way, so I think it's going to be starting to rain very soon, so I'm going to get out of here before that hits. Anyway, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you who've made it this far. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you've enjoyed watching the video, please remember to do the thing. Helps the channel to grow. And it's a great way to tell me that you've enjoyed watching. It helps me to make more of the content that you like to watch. So this Emirates is going to Dubai. Airbus A380. If you could let me know in the comments which plane of the day has been your favourite one, that would be great. And if anybody would like to buy me a coffee, I'd really appreciate that. Link is in the video description. And just once again, big shout out to Caitlin. Caitlin is in hospital. Like I said, I'm not going to get too to what she's in hospital for, but she's not very, she's not in a great way. So yeah, I wish her the speediest of recoveries. And if anybody else would like to send her a get well soon message, please do that in the comments. She will be looking in the comments. I'm sure she'll appreciate some kind words. Okay, I'll leave you with this A380 taking off, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye bye. Right, I've decided I'm going to stay do a couple more after this one actually, because the cloud that I thought was going to be a bit rainy has turned out not to be rainy. After this one we've got a Virgin Atlantic A330 going to Atlanta, and there's the Saudi Dreamliner going to Jeddah. There's also an Indigo Dreamliner that looks like it's getting ready to depart. So there might be a few more after this one. Anyway, here we go with the A380 Super Jumbo going to Dubai. Okay, so this Dreamliner is the Indigo 7879 Dreamliner that's going to Delhi. Just making its way to the runway. And just coming into frame now is the Saudia 78710 Dreamliner, the biggest of the Dreamliners, in the retro livery. So this livery was the livery from the 1970s, 1980s kind of era. And this is going to Jeddah.